ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. So last time, if all of you remember, whoever attended, we had we were looking at Kanakadurga temple. So we finished with that. The next temple that we start with is Kapila Tirtham. Kapila Tirtham is a temple that is located in, again, Tirupati district, Andhra Pradesh. And the Lord who is worshipped here is Lord Shiva. So how is Lord Shiva worshipped? Let's have a look. So basically, as the name suggests, it's a Tirtham. So that's why you can see this water body that is flowing about. You can, a few of you might have visited, so you might know it better. So basically, it is a famous Shiva temple which is located in Tirupati, and it is believed why it is called Kapila Tirtham. Tirtham is it is believed that it was installed by Kapila Muni, a sage called Kapila, and hence here Lord Shiva is called as Kapileshwara. So the main temple, if you see, there is a huge cave. So in a mountain, you have a cave, and that's the entrance of the temple. It's a part of the Tirumala Hills or the Sheshachalam Hills. And it seems that the water from the mountain stream, like a waterfall kind of a thing, it directly falls into the temple. So that's how it is called as Kapila Tirtham, because you have water that flows directly in this temple, water of the mountain. You also have a statue for Nandi here at the main entrance. So just as in all Shiva temples, we have the statue of Nandi outside. Similarly, here also you'll find a big statue of Nandi that is there. You can see in the in the picture you don't have. So this is like an entrance that is constructed. If you can see, this is how we go inside the temple basically. Now the temple as well as this Tirtham both have got their names from Kapila Muni. Now, the story behind this temple is once it so happened that Kapila Muni he comes here and he performs great tapasya to Lord Shiva at this place, and that's how Shiva and Parvati both were happy, both were pleased with his devotion. They come here at this place and bless the sage. And the lingam that has come here, the Shivalinga that is worshipped here, it is Swayambhu, that is self manifested. And here it is believed that Kapila Muni he is said to have come from this Pushkarini. That is what is believed. So, like there is a belief that he seemed to have is believed to have emerged from this Pushkarini only. And again, this temple has got a lot of contribution. Development has been made by the Vijayanagara kings, and that is the famous Krishna Devaraya. We have the from the stories and history. The famous king Krishna Devaraya has made a lot of contributions to the development of this temple. So that's how the temple is known quite well. And later also, even today, if today if you see, the temple is under the TTD board, that is the Tirupati Devasthanam board, and so therefore it receives a lot of maintenance, protection. Everything is taken care by the TTD board. But initially, before it came under the control of the TTD board, a lot of contributions were made by the Krishna Devaraya and kings belonging to the Vijayanagara Empire. Now, the significance, or you can say the main celebration that takes place at this temple is during the month of Kartika, which has just ended recently. And on the Purnima day, that is Kartik Purnima day, it is believed that all the tirthas in the world they merge into this Kapila Tirtham. Uh, During noon time, that is afternoon time, it is believed that for about 10 ghatikas. Now, what exactly is a ghatika? Ghatika is a time measurement. So, it is believed that roughly for about one ghatika is equal to 24 minutes, if you consider. So, for one ghatika or so, it is believed that all the tirthas which are there in the three worlds they merge into this Kapila Tirtham. And a person who bathes in this Kapila Tirtham, he'll be free from samsara, cycle of birth and death. Some people also do the pindadanam and so on to satisfy their ancestors. All this also is done here. So basically, washing away one's sins, that is the main, uh, that is one more significance of this Kapila Tirtham. So the most important, or you can say a very significant event that takes place in this temple is during the Kartik Purnima month, during the afternoon time, when it is believed that the Tirthas in all the three worlds they come and merge with this Kapila Tirtham for about 10 ghatikas. For 10 ghatikas. So 1 ghatika is equal to 24 minutes. So 10 ghatikas, 240. So that is roughly, if you consider, for about 4 hours or so. Right? So This is what is a belief. So that's why it is said noon time. Noon, if you see, it is 12 to 3 is noon, right? 12 to 4, 12 to 3 you can consider. So that is the time when this lot of people come and visit this place, lot of religious worship, pujas and so on is done. Apart from this, the temple worships a lot of, the temple celebrates a lot of festivals in praise of Lord Shiva, like the Mahashivratri, you have the Kartik Deepotsava, Vinayaka Chaturthi, and so on. And one the biggest event of this temple is you have the Kapileshwara Brahmotsava that takes place for Lord Shiva. It is celebrated in the month of February. So it is about a 9-10 days, I think a 9-day event where the procession takes place with Lord Shiva and Parvati on different Vahanas. Hamsa Vahanam. It starts with Hamsa Vahanam, and it seems that this procession of 10 days, this Brahmotsava, ends with Trishula Snanam. So it starts with Hamsa Vahanam on day one, and the last day, that is on the ninth day, there is something called Trishula Snanam. What exactly is Trishula Snanam is? It is a bath that is given to Shiva using this Trishula, that is using the trident. So with that, so basically you can say that the Trishula is kept near the Shivalinga, Abhisheka is done and so on. So that's how this place takes place. That's a major event that takes place is Kapileshwara Swami Brahmotsava during the month of February. So that is one major event in this temple. Apart from this, you have certain sub shrines also, like for goddess Kamakshi, Vinayaka, Subramanya, and you also have a shrine for Lord Krishna along with his queens Rukmani and Satyabhama. So that is one more significant aspect. You also have one shrine for a lord called Agatishwara. Now, who is exactly is Agatishwara? Agatishwara is actually another, you can say, uh, form of Shiva only. So Agatishwara is another form of Shiva. So that shrine is also there. So this is the significance of this. This is the significance of this place. Kapila Tirtham, the Lord is Kapileshwara, the Lord is Lord Shiva. And here, why this name has come in? Due to the efforts put in by Kapila Muni. He did penance here. He has contributed a lot to this place. Lord Shiva and Parvati, it is believed that they themselves have come down in order to bless Kapila Muni. They were pleased by the penance that he did, and they blessed him at this place. Okay, so could everyone follow this temple, Kapila Tirtham? Next time, if you visit Tirupati, you must surely visit this place. Has anyone gone here? Has anyone gone visited this place, Kapila Tirtham? You gone? Okay, okay, okay. So few of you, I think you would have visited, so you might know. Okay, next we start. Next temple is the Kodandarama temple. Again, it is located in Tirupati. Very significant temple for Lord Rama and Tirupati. Now you can look at the Gopuram structure, again a very unique structure that is there. The entire Gopuram, I think it is about 8 to 9 storied Gopuram that is there. The structure you see, it is very unique. In the center, you have like a dome-like shape, and not exactly a dome as such. Maybe you can consider a round, circular shape in between, and on the sides you have certain structure. So all the stories they look similar. So this is a Gopuram of Kodandarama Swami temple. Kodanda because Rama holds the Kodanda in his hand. So that's bow. Yes, correct. Let's start. Now, Kodandarama temple is one of the, you can say, famous temples of Tirupati. Why mainly it is one temple which is dedicated to Lord Rama along with Sita and Lakshmana here. And here you have a separate shrine for Lord Hanuman, or you can say within the temple premises only there is like a sub temple for Lord Hanuman, along with, so you have Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, and then you have the shrine for Lord Rama. And the legend, or you can say the story behind this temple is, it is believed that during the Rama Avatara, in the Treta Yuga, Rama is said to have visited this temple and lived here along with Sita and Lakshmana while he was returning back from Lanka. So, after bringing Sita back while they were on the way to Ayodhya, it is believed that on Tirupati, Rama landed along with Sita. He has spent some time here. He lived here along with Sita and Lakshmana for while he was returning back. This reference comes in the Varaha Purana. So that's how a temple has been built here. And again, this temple also, it was built by the Cholas mainly as a proper temple that we find in today's times. Otherwise, the significance of this place was Rama lived along with Sita and Lakshmana during the Treta Yuga. The currently again the temple is under the control of the TTD board, and here the main festival that is celebrated is the Ram Navami celebrations. Today is a very very auspicious day. Uh, Today I think is Vivaha Panchami. Anyone is celebrating? No, I think it is celebrated in North India also. So mainly today is the Vivaham of Rama and Sita. So that is the significance of today, especially Rama Sita Vivaham that is chanted today. So today is actually Vivaha Panchami. It is mainly celebrated in the North India. It is celebrated more because for them it falls in the Margashirsh month. For us, mostly in South India, the month of Margari has just started today, right? Whereas so for them, Margashirsha has already started a few days back. So that's why Vivaha Panchami is celebrated on the fifth day mainly. So Margashirsha 5 is it is for them the fifth day of Margashirsha. Today is that significance. Rama and Sita, it is believed that they got married on this Vivaha Panchami. Okay. So here Ram Navami is one major festival that is celebrated, and on the Dashami day, here what is being done is on the day of Ram Navami you have a lot of seva and so on that is done. Just as we have different sevas in Tirupati, similarly here also the main sevas you have the Hanumanta Vahana Seva they call. So the Lord is carried on Hanuman, that's called Hanumanta Vahana Seva. The Utsava Murti is carried. And here on the next day, so on Ram Navami day, the Seva is done. And then on the next day, that is Dashami, you have the Ramasita Kalyanam that is celebrated. And on Ekadashi day, you have the Rama Pattabhisheka Mahotsava. So it is like a 3 day celebration. Ram Navami, you have the birth of Rama, the Hanumanta Vahana Seva that is done. On the Dashami, you have Rama Sita Kalyanam that is celebrated. And on the Ekadashi, you have Rama Pattabhishekam that is celebrated. So apart from this, you have every year the annual 9 day Brahmotsavam, roughly in the month of March and April, that is again in the month of Chitraman. And then you also have here one more main festival that is celebrated is the Teppotsava. Teppotsava is nothing but the boat festival. So wherein the Lord is carried on the boat along the in the temple Pushkarani in the temple pond only. This ritual that is there of Tepotsava, this Utsava is done in many places. Most of the temples that are there. This is also celebrated in the month of April. So here, along with Rama, along with Sita and Lakshmana, Lord Rama is taken about, and the Pushkarini, the temple pond that is there in this temple that is called as Sri Ramachandra Pushkarini. That is the name of this temple here. So the, not much to speak about this temple, but then the main significance is, as per the Varaha Purana, Rama is said to have lived here along with Sita and Lakshmana while he was returning back from Lanka to Ayodhya. While he was going to Ayodhya, on the way after getting back Sita, he had stopped at this place, and that is the significance of this place, how this temple has been built till date. Okay, so you can see the Lord Rama's idol here. Below you have Lord Hanuman who is placed. Apart from this, you have a separate shrine also for Lord Hanuman. So this is Kodandarama Swami temple, which you can see. So the point of seeing all these temples is now these temples now you see each and every temple. It might not have a very great story as such, right? Maybe like the Panchabhuta Sthalas or the 12 Jyotirlingas or the different Shakti Pitas and so on. Some stories, if you see, they're quite big, right? Or some temples, they have a lot of importance. So someone says Tirupati, or someone says Somnath, and so on, Dwarka, Ujjain, immediately it strikes that okay, even if we have not visited, we know okay, I've heard about it somewhere, I'll read about it and so on. But these are certain temples, maybe we don't know much about that, but it's not that just because we don't know doesn't mean that the significance is very low. Here actually Rama has come and spent time, that is what is a belief, that's how this temple has been constructed. So all over Bharata Desha, if you see, sorry, all over Bharat Desha, if you see, each and every temple that is built has got some or the other significance, some or the other story. Few stories, few legends, we might be aware, it might be quite popular. Few might not be that popular, but still there is some significance, some story which has made that place very, very popular. So, like here, Rama comes and spends some time, or the previous temple that we saw, Kapila Tirtham, it is believed that Kapila Muni is said to have done some tapasya here. So, if we have all these stories that are there, which cannot we cannot merely term them as false, right? Surely there is some significance. Just because we have not seen something, we cannot just declare that all these things are false. Till date, if we find these structures, if we are reading about these stories, there is nothing more which we need to prove whether this is really right or wrong and so on. So I'm telling you, this is the least that we can do is we can just feel proud of our own culture, of our own place, of our own country, having so many things, and we have uh, till date we know about that. And secondly, whenever we get a chance, at least once in a lifetime, we must go and see these temples, visit these places. That is the least. These two things are least that we know that we can do. One is to know about the place. Secondly, once you know about it, next time whenever you plan to go to Tirupati, you must go and visit these places. Okay, so this was Kodandarama Temple in Tirupati. Next we move on. Again in Andhra Pradesh, now we are looking at the different temples in Andhra Pradesh. So you have this next temple, Kone Tirayala. Kone Tirayala temple is again a temple in praise of Lord Venkatesha. Now the significance of this temple, if you see, it is mainly located in a place called Keelapatla, Keelapatla, Andhra Pradesh. Now if anyone is a Teluguite here, in case my pronunciation is wrong or so, just let me know. Keelapatla is the name of the district here in Andhra Pradesh where this temple is located. Now, if you see most of the Venkateshwara temples, they are not all, but most of them, they are constructed in this white marble, right? So mostly the structure will be quite big and so on. So not everything, but mostly if you see, so it looks quite similar to that. You have a huge gopuram that is there inside. If you see the yellow color, and outside you have this white like structure, and the Lord's idol you can see beside. Now the significance of this temple is this temple, Kone Tirayala temple, or popularly it is also called as Venkateshwara temple. Now it is located in town of Keelapatla, and the main district that is there is Chittoor district of Andhra Pradesh. Now here it is believed that what is the significance of this temple? It is believed that that Lord Venkateshwara first he had kept his holy feet here, it seems, at Keelapatla, and then he reached Tirumala. So that is the significance of this town. And there is one more myth that is there, wherein let's not call it as a myth. There is one more, you can say, like a legend which is spoken about, that Sage Brigu, as per the stories that we know, Sage Brigu is said to have kicked Lord Vishnu's chest, right? In So he had kicked Lord Vishnu's chest. So he had to incur sin. And in order to get away from this sin, to free himself from the sin, it seems that Lord Vishnu, he sent Brigu to earth and told him that you establish the Lord's idol in 7 different places. What is that? You have Dwaraka Tirupati, which is near Vijayawada today. Kalyana Venkateshwara, we have already seen. Srinivasa Mangapuram, last time we had seen this temple. Third is this Kone Tirayala Swami in Keelapatla. Then you have Diguva Tirupati and other temples that are there. So, like this, in 7 different places, the Lord's temple is established. So, Sage Brigu is said to have established these temples in order to free himself from the sin that he had incurred after kicking Lord Vishnu's chest. And it seems that these temples or these places, they were actually hidden, it seems. It was not known much, but later after Agastya Maharshi and so on, they came here, they started worshipping these lords also. These temples became popular and people from all over the world, they started worshipping. And common man, that is people and devotees like us, we also got to know about these places. We also started visiting, worship started, and so on. And further then, so a very, you can consider all these temples were very small then, but then a lot of contributions were made by the local kings and a lot of development took place. Now, this place was ruled by a lot of rulers like the Chalukyas, Cholas, Pandyas, Satvahanas, and so on. And a very, you can say, a saint who has contributed or who has made this temple popular was Annamacharya. Most of us were aware of Annamacharya, a great Hindu saint who came about in Andhra Pradesh roughly during the 14th, 15th century. So in Annamacharya Kirtanas, has anyone studied your music? Have you heard about Annamacharya's Kirtanas? Anyone knows? Yeah, you have heard few of, yeah, correct. So he has included a lot of Konetriya. Konetriya, he mentions the name in his kritis, it seems, in his Sankirtanas. So that's how this temple got a lot of, you can say, it became popular because people started learning Annamacharya's kritis, his music. So that's how the temple got popular. Uh, Now it seemed that in earlier times this route to this temple was not that good. So basically it was only mud, sand, not a proper road that was there. Just it was a sandy road, you can consider, with only mud all around. So it became very difficult. But then, I mean, but now of course this road has been closed and we have a proper road and so on that is there. Now, here what happened was this temple originally, like before the rule of the kings, their contributions or so, it was taken care by the zamindars of Punganur, Punganur or Punganuru, I think you call the place. And basically, it is believed that you had a lot of Muslims also in these areas, and they also used to come to this temple and worship Lord Venkateshwara, it seems, as their beloved Lord. And there are references which says that this the zamindars who lived here, they were Muslims, and they actually had improved this temple. They had worked for the development of this temple and so on. So this also, to some extent, through these stories, we see that somewhere there was unity between communities, people belonging to communities of different religions. Like you have one more significance of Vavar from Lord Ayyappa's stories. If you know the legend of Vavar, he was a Muslim, right? But even today, if you go to Shabrimala through a particular route, you have the mosque where Vavar is worshipped and so on. Right? So, like this, there are certain stories like this which shows religious unity also that was there between people of those times, and all the controversies that take place. Or today, if you are fighting for something, maybe the picture that is shown to us is always there is, you can say, fighting between people, this and that. But there are, that might be true also, I'm not saying that we should go against that, but yes, there are certain stories or like this, which is highlighted where there was unity between people, and people never distinguished themselves also, they belong to all communities. You can go to a mosque and worship, you can go to a church, you go to a temple, and people from other communities also do the same thing. So there was unity also that was there. Only thing was, it did not become very significant, it was not much highlighted, because the majority was people were fighting each other with each other and so on. They disliked other communities, this that was being seen. So here, like this, there are certain temples wherein religious unity is also seen. This is one of those temples where it is believed that Muslims also used to come and worship Lord Venkateshwara. Now, here, Lord Venkateshwara is believed, is called as Kone Tirayudu. Kone Tirayala is the Lord who's called in the local language here. He is a main deity. And the deity here is believed to be Kalpataru. Kalpataru is a heavenly tree that gives all kinds of boons. And so you have the deity is known as a Kalpataru, Chintamani, a divine gem, and which has got a lot of divine celestial powers. Kamadhenu, again, a cow which fulfills all our wishes. So basically, why the deity is believed is all the wishes are fulfilled, like Kamadhenu, Kalpavriksha, Chintamani, and so on. And here, if you see, like you can see in the picture, the Lord here, like in Tirumala, is in a standing posture with Varadahastas, Kati Varadahasta. Varadahasta, as you can see in the picture, a standing position with his hands, he's blessing. You have the Shankha Chakra also that is there. You have Sri Devi and Bhudevi. Then huge Jaya Vijayas are there as Dwarapalas on both the sides of the temple. And here you also have other idols, like you have Garuda Alvar, that is Garuda, Anjaneya Swami is there, you have five Alvars, Murtis, shrines were kept, and you also have an ancient idol of Chennakeshava along with his two wives. So now who exactly is Chennakeshava? Chennakeshava, a form of Lord Vishnu. That is the name, or you can say a form of Lord Keshava. It has come after Lord Krishna. But mainly we worship Channa Keshava also as Lord Vishnu. Now, this temple also, we'll see that later when we look at the temples of Karnataka. There is a temple for Channa Keshava. It is actually Chinna Keshava, it means handsome Lord or handsome Keshava, who is a form of Lord Vishnu. So these are a few aspects of this temple. And the main festivals that are celebrated here are all the festivals in praise of Lord Vishnu. So that is, you have all the Ekadashis that are celebrated, and Ram Navami, Krishna Janmashtami, and so on. Srinivasa Kalyanam. So like this, certain festivals are celebrated here. So all festivals in praise of Lord Vishnu, sacred to Lord Vishnu, that is celebrated. This temple is also a part of the TTD board only. So this temple also is managed by DT. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Correct. 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 Right. Hmm. Yeah, correct. Like this, there are certain stories. So even in this temple also, you have such reference. So the Muslims here who are there, they used to worship this Lord, and they have contributed a lot for the development of this temple. Okay, next we move on. Kottappa Kundu. This is the next temple that is there. It is in Palnadu of Andhra Pradesh, and the Lord here who is worshipped is Lord Shiva. So again, this temple is atop a hill. As you can see in the picture, you have a Shivalinga there, and the main temple is there. Around that, if you see, there are shrines for Lord Shiva. Now these are all recent developments. The original temple is there. If you can see on the Gopuram on top of the hill, on the left side, you can see people going up also, and the right side also there is another picture of the temple. So this is a temple in praise of Lord Shiva. Now this temple is located in, again, in the Trikuta hills. These hills are called as Trikuta hills, and it is a holy temple which is the main city. The nearest city is Guntur, city of Guntur. From there it's quite near. Now here you have this temple that is located. It has got a few aspects with regards to its history. Trikuta hills, why it is called Trikuta? Trikuta, Kuta is peak. From all three directions, it is believed that you can look at the you can look at the mountain and it looks same. So all the three hills, they look same in any direction. So that's how it is called Trikutadri or Trikuta Parvata. And these three hills are named after the three gods Brahma, Vishnu, and Rudra. So Brahma Parvata, Vishnu Parvata, Rudra Parvata. And from any distance, like from a very long distance, also you can see these hills. In the Brahma Shikharam that is there, the peak of Brahma, you have the main temple that is located. The main temple is Trikoteshwara. Trikoteshwara is the name of the Lord here, Lord Shiva. Trikoteshwara, Lord of the three hills. That is Trikoteshwara Swami temple. That is on the Brahma Shikharam. On the Rudra Shikaram, you have the old temple. So, old temple in praise of Lord Shiva is located here. And it is believed that here was the place where the Lord actually manifested himself, he existed, and so on. And then later, he there was a devotee who was there. And looking at his devotion, it seems that there are legends which say that Trikoteshwara Swami he shifted from Rudra Shikaram to Brahma Shikaram. Lastly, on the Vishnu Shikaram, you have a temple for Lord Shiva called Papanasheshwara. Papanasheshwara is the name of the Lord here. And here it is believed that Lord Vishnu he did penance for Lord Shiva. And you also have a Papanasha Tirtha here. So that is the significance of this temple on Vishnu Shikaram. So three Shikarams, Brahma Shikaram where you have the original main temple. Rudra Shikaram, old temple was there. Later it got shifted to Brahma Shikaram. And on Vishnu Shikaram you have another temple, Lord Papanasheshwara, where Vishnu had done penance for Shiva. Now there are certain stories around this temple. Let's look at that. So the legend behind the story is there was a person who used to graze a cowherd basically, who used to graze cattle. His name was Sundudu, Sundud. There are different names for how he is called. So he used to live along with his wife, and they lived on the foothills of this mountain. And it seems that so on the mountains he used to go, he used to take his cattle, graze around, and come back. So that was his only means of livelihood. And a child was born to them, and after that, a beautiful daughter. Her name was Anandavalli. Anandavalli, who later she is the same devotee because of whose devotion the Lord shifted from Rudra Shikharam to Brahma Shikharam, that I told you earlier. And she became a great devotee of Lord Shiva, and the daughter who was there, her name was Anandavalli. She became a great devotee of Lord Shiva. She spent most of her time in chanting, offering worships, prayers to the Lord on the Rudra hill, on the Rudra Shikaram, where we had the old temple of Lord Shiva. And eventually, what happened is she lost all her interest in whatever she was doing, her material life, and she dedicated herself fully to the worship of Lord Shiva. And every day she used to visit this Rudra hill, worship the Lord. And pleased with her penance, it so happened that the Lord, uh, here what happens is, Lord came in front of her and blessed her, saying that I will make you pregnant, he says. So the Lord here is called as Jangama, Jangama Deva. It is called in local language. It is actually a form of Lord Vishnu. So even though she was not married, uh, the Lord came and blessed, saying that you will become pregnant soon. So she did not care about that at all because she was least interested in anything. She carried her daily prayers as usual. And again, the Lord came in front of her and said that you don't have to take a lot of troubles to perform pujas, this and that, and so on. I myself will come to your house, so you don't have to come climb the hill every day and do penance worship, etc. To me, you need not do that. I will only come to your house every day, and what you can do is near your house you can do. And he tells her that now you go towards your house. So the Lord here basically he took very good care of this Anandavalli. So one day when she came to the temple, the Lord comes in front of him and tells that you don't have to come to my temple now onwards. I myself will come to your place and there you can worship me. Saying so, he tells Anandavalli that now you go back, I will follow you, but don't look back even once. Let anything happen, but you should not turn back and look. Now, from the Rudra hill, in order to go down, in order to go to her home, she had to reach the Brahma hill that was there. And now, if someone tells, no, don't look back, right? Automatically, we lose our patience. We feel like looking back. When something is told, don't do this, immediately we feel like, why should I not do? Curiosity develops. So she turns back. And the moment she turned back, she broke her promise. The Lord had told her, don't turn back. Lord Jangama, immediately he stopped where he was and he entered a cave on that temple and he turned himself into a lingam. So that's how you have the new Koteshwara temple that is formed. And then at that time, she immediately realizes that the pregnancy or whatever the blessing that was given to her was actually just a testing that was there to test her devotion towards him. And so basically she was just told and a blessing was given that you're pregnant and so on, so you don't have to come. So just that reason to test the devotion of her, to tell her that every day you don't take pains to come up to my hill, I might come because physically you might be not that strong in that state. So just to test her devotion, the Lord tells her this way. But then she did not do that, and as usual, as the story goes, the Lord goes back into a lingam. So that's how the new Koteshwara temple finds is uh, is there today on the Brahma Shikaram. And later she realizes that all this was done just to test her devotion, and she felt very happy. Why she felt happy was not because, like actually, if a normal person like her, they might feel little, okay, the Lord told me to do something, I did not listen or follow that. But here she feels good that the Lord himself came to test my devotion, so surely somewhere he remembers me and so on. And it's by her devotion he was very much happy. So basically it was a leela just to change the location from, on just to create the new Koteshwara temple from the Rudra hill to the Brahma hill. So she became one with God, and that's how this is the story of this devotee Anandavalli, who is also called by another name Gollabama, Gollabama or Golabama, as they call in the local language. So this is a legend of this temple. How you have one temple on the old hill that is on the Rudra Shikaram, and how the new Koteshwara temple on the Brahma Shikaram. Now the main festival that is celebrated here is on the day of Mahashivratri. Lakhs of people they come here from all over the state, especially from the state of Andhra Pradesh, and you have a lot of activities, cultural activities, and so on. And here you have like using the main thing that they do as a part of celebration is they make sticks, it seems, from trees, that is from logs of wood. They make long trees and they make like a triangle like shape. That is their way of celebration. So just as whenever there is a procession also, all of us we carry, you would have seen people carrying flags, this that and so on, right? So similarly here, what the local people, it's called as prabhas. So that is called a prabha. What exactly is a prabha? Prabha is like a triangle shape arrangement that is made by long sticks using logs of wood. That's how is the picture. Now I couldn't get a picture to show all of you. Maybe if I get something I will show you. So basically this is what those prabhas are nothing but using long tree sticks, logs of wood, a certain triangle like arrangement is made. and that is what is kept during this festival, during the Mahashivratri festival that is celebrated in this temple. And apart from this, you also have a Veda Pathshala here nearby, wherein it is believed that Vedas are taught to small boys, having the Yajnopavita here, and that is also under the control of the TTD board. So the main, you can say the main city or the transportation and so on to reach this place is the main city will be Guntur, and it is located in small district of Palanad. So this is this Kottapakonda temple, again in praise of Lord Shiva. But you have three shikharams here, Triputa as you call, three shikharams in all: Rudra Shikaram, Shiva Shikaram, sorry, Rudra Shikaram, Brahma Shikaram, and Vishnu Shikaram. So here also through this the Vishnu Shikaram that is there, Lord Papanasheshwara. This again shows that there was a lot of unity between gods. There are many significance, many stories, many references that say that Lord Shiva has worshipped Lord Vishnu or Lord Vishnu has worshipped Lord Shiva. This is one more reference to that. You can say removing all the controversy that is there between Vaishnavites and Shaivites. So some Vaishnavites at times they don't like or they don't worship Lord Shiva. Shaivites will not worship Lord Vishnu. They think only their Lord is great. The Lords themselves are worshipping and they're praying to each other, but we human beings have a problem, right? So these are some more significant stories that show that there is a lot of unity. Lord Vishnu was said to have done a lot of tapasya on Lord Shiva here. Okay, next temple. Could everyone follow this? Yes. Correct. Right. Correct. Which what is the name of the temple? Shankaran Ko. Okay. Next, Ksheranama. Now, out of the Pancharama Kshetras, we have seen a few temples. This is the next temple that is there. Ksheranama temple. It is in Pallakul, Andhra Pradesh. And here again, the Lord is Shiva. It is one of the Pancharama Kshetras. Now, the river that flows here is mainly Godavari River, the West Godavari, as you call. And the district is Pallakolu, and Shiva here is known as Kshira Ramalingeshwara Swami temple. And it is believed, there is a saying that living here for one day in this place of Kshirarama is equivalent to staying 1 year in Kashi, it seems, Varanasi. If you live for 1 year, one day here, it is equal as if you're living 1 year in Varanasi. So that is the significant significance of this place. One of the most powerful Shiva temples in southern India, that is a Pancharama Kshetras. A few of that we have already seen: Draksharama, Somarama, and so on. Two we have already seen, and Amararama. Sorry, I think two we have seen: Draksharama and Amararama. Now, this place is also known for its monuments and architecture. It has got the tower that is there. The temple tower is one of the tallest. If you can see these temples that are there, it's very tall, it seems, in Andhra Pradesh. And it was constructed during the rule of the Chalukyas, during the reign of the Chalukya dynasty. This temple was mainly constructed. Now, why it is called as Kshiranama? It is believed that the lingam that is there, it is white in color. This is basically a linga. Here you have a different image of the linga, but Kshira Rama Linga. Kshiram is actually milk. So Kshira Rama Linga, there is a belief that it is milky white in color and very big also. So that's how the name has come as Kshira Rama. Further, you have, I couldn't find a picture, but then if anyone, you can imagine to some extent that it looks quite white in color, like milky white. That's how the name has come. And here you have, it is the tallest linga, it seems, in Andhra Pradesh. There are about, now it is known for its architecture. So there are a lot of pillars in the temple mandapa. Then you have other shrines also of Ganesha and another form of Lord Shiva called Gokarneshwara. That is another form of Lord Shiva. The main deity is in the center. We also have shrines for Nandi, Kartikeya, and so on. And here, what happens is the lingam that is there, there is a window on all four sides, it seems, of the main sanctum, main shrine, and the Lord can be seen from all four windows of the sanctum. So, that is one more feature of this place. And there are also gods and goddesses like Surya, Parvati, Mahalakshmi, Veerabhadra. You have the Ashtamatrikas who are worshipped here: Saraswati, Nataraja, Dattatreya, Radha, Shiva, Krishna, Shani. These are other shrines who are worshipped. Now, the significance of The significant celebration that takes place here is again the Mahashivratri festival. Thousands of people come here to worship Kshira Ramalingeshwara temple, and it seems that one who worships the Lord here on the auspicious occasion of Mahashivratri will attain moksha. That is the significance of this place. And mainly, this temple, if you see, you have a Kalyana Mandapa here, then you have uh, lot the gopuram mainly is constructed. So this temple mainly, apart from being one of the five pancharama kshetras and a holy place for Lord Shiva, it is mainly known for its prakaram, the huge, you can say, architecture and so on for the main gopuram prakaram. So mainly the place is known for its architectural monument, and it is also a very under the archaeological survey and so on also it is listed. So the place is mainly known for. I'll show you a temple here. Show you one photo here, maybe you can. This is the aerial view of this temple. You have a lot of gopurams and so on. So this is how the temple looks. But mainly, of course, Kshira Rama Ramalingeshwara, Lord is worshipped here. Linga is milky white. But apart from that, the temple is mainly known for its architecture, its gopuram, its prakaram, and so on. So you have a huge prakara. If you see, a lot of gopurams are constructed. The area is quite big. So that is one important aspect of this Pancharama, of this Kshira Rama Kshetras. Okay, the next temple, let me see. Kulandeshwara Swami temple, again in praise of Lord Shiva. Now you see a very unique gopuram, not very big, but it is quite tall and a very unique way, right? If you see, usually the breadth that is there of gopurams is quite huge, but here it is not so. Not very huge, but a very unique way of a gopuram. We don't see much, lot of gopurams this way. So this Kulandeshwara Swami temple, it is in Chittoor district. Again, a temple in praise of Lord Shiva. This temple, it is believed that it is constructed roughly around the 10th or the 11th century, and it was constructed by the Cholas. Now, certain aspects of this Kulandeshwara temple is now it is one of the ancient temples of Chittoor here, and you have a lot of people. It belonged to the Chola dynasty, and it is also believed that in this lot of people, the localites of Chittoor have worshipped this temple. So mainly people who belong to this region, mainly they know it. So not a very popular temple. Mainly it was known by the localites. That is what is the belief. And in this temple, it seems that there is a very ancient tree, more than 100 years old. It's called a Sami Vriksham or Sami Vriksham, some people call it. And due to some natural calamity, also the tree was actually destroyed. It was damaged. And now what is happening is a small tree of the same kind is growing, it seems, beside the broken tree that is there. And here you have later an idol of Ganesha that has been established here. And Ganesha, who is in this temple, is known as Vriksha Ganapati. So this is one aspect of this temple. Now, here, why this is called as Kulandeshwara temple is a Chola king who saw a lot. There was a particular Chola king in the 11th century or so. But he saw Lord Shiva in the form of a child. In a child in his dream, and how we say Korandai in Tamil. From that, you have this name that has come Kulandeshwara, meaning a small child. So that's how Lord Shiva is worshipped here in the form of a small child. And the Shiva temple was built by this Chola king because he saw Lord Shiva in his dream as a small child. So that's how this temple has been built. So not a very, you can say, having a lot of significance also, but a very small temple. But it has been built. Mainly, the credit goes to the Chola dynasty, to the Chola kings. Yeah, a dream came to his mind. He imagined Lord Shiva to be a child, and that's how the worship is done. So, of course, the child, though the temple is built, the Lord is in the form of a Shivalinga only, not as a small child also. So, as you can see in the left hand side picture, it is their proper form of a Shivalinga, but why this temple has been constructed, is there any reason or a significant story behind it? This, it came in the dream of a Chola king that he saw Lord Shiva in the form of a child, and that's how he felt that a temple has to be constructed here in the Chittoor district for Lord Shiva. So nothing more about this temple, a small temple which has been constructed by a king. Next is Kumararama. Again, one of the Pancharama Kshetras. It is located in Amaravati of Andhra Pradesh. Please note again, there is this Amaravati is different from the Amaravati in Maharashtra. Now, Kumararama or Bhimarama. There are two names for this. So here the Lord is called as Chalukya Kumararama Bhimeshwara Swami Temple. Okay, Chalukya Kumararama Bhimeshwara Swami Temple. The main district here is the Kakinada district or Amravati district that is there. Uh, Sorry, here there is it is an error here. It is not Andhra Pradesh, Amravati. Amararama is in Amravati. This Kumararama or Bhimarama is actually the Kakinada district. So all of you can make a note while I share these notes with you. I will make the correction and share. So it is actually the Kakinada district, and here the linga that is installed here is made of limestone. That is what is the belief. And here it seems that the linga that is enough for all these temples, this linga you can actually see on the right hand side. There are beliefs that the linga that is worshipped here, it actually rises from the ground floor and it enters the second floor, it seems. So it goes through the roof. That is what is the belief here. And here also you have a lot of architectural importance that is given, a lot of pillars and so on. Here you all the one more aspect of this temple is you have a Ekashila Nandi. Ekashila Nandi is Nandi that is carved out of a single stone, and it is mainly placed at the entrance of the temple as if it is guarding the Shivalinga. Then this temple is quite similar to the Draksharama temple that we saw. So the construction, the worship, and so on is quite similar. Here, the kings or the dynasty again that has contributed for this temple is the Chalukya dynasty, and the linga here in Draksharama, you have a lot of similarity with Draksharama temple, but the only difference is here the linga is made of limestone. Now this temple was built in, sorry, sorry, someone said something. Okay. So here one more temple is, this temple has been built in the Dravidian style. If you see by the king Chalukya, his name was Chalukya Bhima. That's how the Lord gets the name as Bhimeshwara. So the Lord of Chalukya King Bhima, that is Bhimeshwara. So that's how the Lord gets his name. Now, of course, you had certain rulers who came in and they renovated the temple and so on. So that's why there are certain differences in the construction, the architecture part. So different dynasties they came, they tried to show their own architecture. All this, if we go through history, we might get proper reference. So, but looking at that, we can make out that looking at the construction of the temple, it is believed that we can make out that this architecture belongs to the Chalukyas, this architecture belongs to another sect of rulers. They were called the Kakatiyas or Kakatiyas. Some references they say as Kakatiyas also. So now each one we have their own way of construction, right? Even if you go to Dakshina Bharata, there is a different way of constructing even houses. Let's not say houses, maybe temples or architectural monuments. If you go to Uttara Bharata, it is different. East, West, it is different. So depending on the place, the construction, history, architecture, everything changes. So like that, even dynasty-wise also, there used to be a lot of significant differences in the architecture. The goddess here, sorry, you call it Kakatiyas. Okay, Kakatiyas. Okay. Now it is now it is believed that the construction of this temple that was made by both these Kakatiyas and the Chalukyas, it is very very strong. It seems until date there has been no repair or so that has been made here. So roughly around the 800 AD or so the construction was started. 800 almost 900 AD. You can consider end of 800. So at that time this construction has started. Until date it seems that there has been no, you can say, no much like repairs and so on, or the temple has been broken, nothing of that sort. Nothing of that sort. The construction is very very strong, it seems. The goddess here is Bala Tripura Sundari, the child form of the goddess. Kala Bhairava also, we have a shrine for Kala Bhairava here. And here you also have a lot of inscriptions that are there on the pillars. So we have research scholars who come here and study the inscriptions on the pillars. So what is actually mentioned in that pillars, it seems that it has got a list of gifts. Now what is the meaning of this? Now, whenever there is an occasion or so, uh, like especially in the royal kingdom, there used to be a lot of gifts which had to be given, right? Maybe a poet comes and sings something, he will be given some gold coins or something like that. So for different occasions, different kinds of gifts used to be given. So the list of gifts is actually carved in these pillars, it seems. So that is one aspect here. And here, as per Puranic references, it is mentioned that this place is a yoga kshetra, meaning it's not that each and everyone can go and visit this temple. Now, it is not only for this temple; it's for any place that we have. We say, right, yogam, yoga meaning faith. Only if you have the yoga, that is a faith, to visit this temple, or an opportunity which is given by Lord Himself, or a boon also to visit, only then you can visit this temple. That's how this temple is mainly known for that. So, oh, you plan a trip and so on, if the faith or if the Lord does not wish, if you don't have the yoga, it is said that you cannot visit this place. As per Puranic references, it is called a Yoga Kshetra. The main festivals that are celebrated here during the month of November, December, that is the Karti and the Margashirsha month, you have lot of Abhisheka that is done. Kartik Masa, very, very auspicious for Lord Shiva, even the Margashirsha month. So you have a lot of Utsavas that take place, mainly the Kalyan Utsavam that takes place during the months of February and March. And then till Mahashivratri, you have a lot of celebrations that take place here. And whenever people go and visit this temple, that is this Chalukya Kumararama Bhimeshwara Swami temple, obviously all the Pancharama Kshetras, the five Kshetras in place of Lord Shiva, all of that is covered together. So again, here mainly the significant festival is Mahashivratri, and people come. The nearby temple which is there is for Lord Narayana. So it is called this Mandavya Narayana Swami temple. Here there is a story that there was a sage called Mandavya who did a lot of tapas for Lord Narayana here, and he got the darshana of Lord Narayana. And this temple is called Mandavya Narayana Swami temple. And it is believed that Lord Indra once came here to meet this saint Mandavya. And this temple at that time was built with lot of good architecture and so on. And that's how here another temple for this Mandavya Narayana Swami temple has been constructed here. So basically, why this reference I gave you, if you visit this temple of this Kumararama, you have to also visit this Mandavya Narayana Swami temple. So that is, maybe we might also look at this temple in detail later, but this is how it is. Both these temples are located quite near each other, and especially in the months of Kartika and Margashirsha, it seems that every day Abhisheka is done. Now, Abhisheka, apart from that, also it is always done in all Shiva temples all through the year. But here you have special Abhisheka which is continuously being done for Lord Shiva. So you can see in this picture. So people actually come here and keep on doing Abhisheka here, especially in these 2 months it seems. So we have a specific linga here wherein people offer a lot of Abhisheka continuously. So that is one significance of this. Next is you have the temple of Kurmanatha Swami. Now, Kurmanatha Swami, a very special Lord who is worshipped. Vishnu in the form of Kurma is worshipped here. Out of the Dasha avatars, the second avatara, Kurma avatara. So that is this Kurmanatha Swami temple. It is located in Sri Kurma, a temple dedicated to Lord Kurma. Sri Kurmam is the place, the main district is Sri Kakulam. So Sri Kurmam, I have mentioned, the name of the district is Sri Kakulam, Andhra Pradesh. The Lord who is worshipped here is Lord Kurma. Now, this temple mainly, it is said that it has been constructed, a lot of contributions are made by the kings of Odisha, it seems, today's Odisha state. So you had a king called Anantavarman Chodaganga. He belonged to the Eastern Ganga dynasty of Odisha, Anantavarman Chodaganga. It is believed that this temple originally was a Shiva temple. He has constructed it, he has transformed it into a Vaishnava Kshetra. That is what is the belief. And it has used, mainly because it belongs to South India, it has used Dravidian architecture. But the king belonged to Odisha, that is the Eastern Ganga dynasty. So there he has also used a Kalinga architecture. So basically, the construction of this temple is a mix of both Kalinga architecture and Dravidian architecture, both. Uh, Here, mainly, this temple was dedicated to Vishnu as Kurmanatha Swami, And the Lord goddess is goddess Mahalakshmi. She is called as Kurmanayaki. That is the goddess, or you can say the consort of Kurmanatha. Now, Sri Kurmam is basically the only temple which is known for Lord Kurma, dedicatedly specifically to Lord Kurma. It has got mainly two images here: Kurma, that is a Lord in the form of a tortoise, and also a proper Vishnu temple, a form of Vishnu with goddess Mahalakshmi. So both the images, both the idols are there in this temple. And here you have lot of disciples, like disciples of Madhvacharya also. They used to visit, they had visited this temple, made it quite famous, and so on. In this temple, you have about 108 Ekashila pillars. What is Ekashila? Single stone pillars. Using one stone, an entire pillar is constructed. Lot of inscriptions and so on. And it is believed that in recent times you also have a tortoise park or so that's built. So lot of tortoises are there. So mainly it is this one place which is situated to protect or to safeguard a lot of tortoises because it is in place of Lord Kurma. So you have a tortoise park nearby, wherein tortoises are actually conserved. So that is amount of that. It's not that only the Lord is worshipped. Even in reality, the tortoises are safe. They are kept safe here. Then you also have other shrines also like Ganesha, Shiva, and also for goddess Mahalakshmi, Durga, and so on. Now, Sri Kurmam, it follows both ways of worship, the Shaivite as well as Vaishnavite ways of worships. You have the Dolotsava that is celebrated here, and apart from that, all other rituals, the Ekadashi, and so on, is being done. Now, I'll show you a picture here. These are the tortoises that are there inside Kurmanatha Swami. They're actually preserved, it seems. So this again shows that these are all live, real tortoises. So this is another aspect which shows that if we are, it's not that we have to see Kurma only in the Lord. In reality, also all creatures are to be taken care of. They have to be safeguarded and so on. Because creation is something we have to see God in everything or divinity in everything. This is the reason why these tortoises are actually kept here. A very deep message that is conveyed through this, and it is believed that till date all these tortoises are safeguarded. They are kept safe in this temple. Uh, Further, now there are certain legends in praise of this temple. Today we don't have much time, so we'll continue next time about the legend, the story, how this temple came into being, the architecture, and so on. So today we'll stop here. We meet again next Sunday.